Hello guys, I'm Unblessed Data, and welcome to another review. This time we have the latest episode of Hannibal. So, as you probably know if you've been watching my reviews, I love this show very much, dear to my heart, it's really great. And this episode did not stop that trend at all, it kept it running at full speed. And this episode was very disgusting right off the bat. But before I get right into it and tell you all my thoughts, tell you what happened, to kind of analyze it, just want to let you guys know it will contain spoilers, so if you do not want to know what happened, go watch the episode and come back. So right off the bat, we find out that the man that was kidnapped and put into this big color palette of all these people in this water tower that this killer of the week guy is collecting, he woke up and he's like stitched together. His hands stitched to his face, his legs are stitched together, he's stitched together to other people. He wakes up and he kind of rips himself out. This was the most disgusting scene probably in Hannibal so far, and it clearly showed him ripping his own skin, him screaming, and then running away. So he runs away, he gets out, but the killer drives up and sees him, so there's this big chase scene. I thought the chase scene was really cool. I really had a lot of tension in it. I was like at the edge of my seat. But in the end, the guy jumps off a cliff because he has nowhere else to go, and he accidentally kills himself, so he's dead. Now we go back to Alana and Hannibal. They're still talking to Will, trying to get information out of him. They don't really know what to do. Now, Will, it's this really interesting situation where Will is pretty sure that Hannibal is the real killer. Almost 100% sure. But every time Alana and all of them come and talk to him, they try to convince him, no, you're the killer. So in the back of Will's mind, he's like, I think it is me. But he knows 100% sure. All his instincts are saying Hannibal's the one doing this. So it's kind of like he's sure that Hannibal did it, but he has this little slight doubt that maybe he actually is the killer. So Hannibal's therapist actually goes to him. She resigns. She's like, I'm questioning your actions at this point after the attack. We know what happened with the attack. Patient attacked her. Hannibal killed him. So she's basically, I don't want nothing to do with you anymore. You're too dangerous. I don't agree what you're doing with Will. I'm done. So she leaves. The actor that plays her, she's actually going to a different show, so that's probably the main reason why this is happening, but I still think it kind of works, but whatever. So Hannibal is still taking Will's place at, in the FBI, so he's smelling the corpse, because they find the corpse of the guy that jumped off the cliff. He smells corn because they ran through a cornfield. So now Hannibal kind of has a lead to where to go. So basically, Hannibal is assigned to be Will's therapist again. This time they're just not in that little office that Hannibal has. They're in the prison, not the prison, but, the place that they're holding Will. So, they're talking, and Hannibal and Beverly ask for Will's help during this case. And they give Will the file, and Will figures out that this man ran away, he escaped, he wasn't discarded by the killer. So they're still going for them for help. Now, Jack finds out that Beverly was asking for Will's help, so he's kind of enraged about that, you can't do that, he's unstable, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, he's like, you just have to do what you have to do. And he kind of just hints you know what, if you're gonna get Will's help, just go and get it, you know what I mean? So he's kind of still condoning it, but not really. Because, Will's the best at what he's doing. So Hannibal isn't telling the FBI everything he knows. He goes and looks for the killing spot, not the killing spot, the place where all the bodies are by himself. And he has his, killing jacket on, the clear, suit thing. It's not a suit, but it goes over his suit, so he's still wearing a suit. And he has this, plastic suit over it that you can see through. Whenever he does killing, he always wears that suit because it doesn't leave any fingerprints or anything. But again, there's nothing on his head, so you would think that maybe his hair would fall out and they would find it at the crime scene. I don't know. But anyway, so he goes and he finds the exact cornfield that the killer was at. He finds all the bodies. He looks at it. It's basically like a big eye. It's kind of cool looking up to the sky. And he goes up top on this little water tower thing. And he looks down. So he's looking at all the, the bodies and everything. And all of a sudden the killer comes back and he walks in and Hannibal is just, above him. And he says, "Oh, I love your work." And it's just okay. So then that scene ends and the police, the FBI, find out about this. They figure it out with Will's help. They go to the place, and of course, the guy that ran away, the one that fell off the cliff, was in the middle of the eye. So it's missing now. But when the FBI get there, there's a man in it, and it's actually the killer, the one that was actually doing it. It's oh, how did that happen? And his leg is missing. So it's So then we go to a little scene with Hannibal. Hannibal has a leg. It shows him holding a severed leg, and he's cutting it with a meat saw. and it shows like 100% everything, nothing covered, nothing censored, him cutting a leg, which again was gross. This is honestly one of the grossest episodes. And he's, making some dinner for himself, and he took kind of the leg of it. So Hannibal was the one that killed. He killed the killer and put him in his own place. But the killer was kind of willingly letting him do it. So it's kind of a weird situation. But anyway, so they go, Beverly and Hannibal go back to Will, and they say, okay, here, like, is he going to kill again? Like, what's going to happen? We found the crime scene. Will figures out that, the guy in the middle is actually the killer. And he figures out that Hannibal killed him, but he doesn't say that Hannibal killed him. Like, he sees, like, the antler man that, like, represents Hannibal, and he doesn't say anything. So then, one of the last scenes involved Hannibal's therapist again. Hannibal puts on his killing suit again, the clear plastic suit, goes to where his therapist's office was, or house, and he was going to kill her, but she moved away. She kind of figured out, he's probably going to kill me, so she got out of there. So that was at least one kill that Hannibal kind of miscalculated there, but that was pretty much the end of the episode. And I think it's pretty good. I really love the episodes. I have no complaints at all with them. If I really wanted to nitpick, I could, but honestly, come on, it's really minor things. But next episode looks just as good. There's previews at the end, so I gotta say, I'm always waiting for the episodes to come out. Just love them. What do you guys think? You love this episode? You hate it? What about the series in general? Just actors, anything you want to say, leave in the comment section below. So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.